Hello, welcome to this channel. My name is Enoch. Today we will continue our series on Python, and we'll be looking at control flow with conditional statement and a whole lot of other things. Now, we know that a conditional statement lets your program choose between different actions, depending on whether a condition is true or false. And conditional statement can use if or else like this, or it can use if, elif, or else, or it can be a nested conditional statement where you have a conditional statement inside a conditional statement, right? You can have multiple if conditions, and you can use logical operators. Logical operators include and, or, not, and indentation is used to group together a block of code. I will explain it to you when I'm doing an example more. Let us discuss this comparison operator too. You have your greater than, you have your less than, you have your greater than or equal to, you have your less than or equal to, you have your equal to operator here. This is used to check if the left variable is equal to the right variable. Now is equal to b. Now this is going to check if a is equal to b. If I use single equal to, then I'm only assigning a to b, right? That is the difference. So anytime you want to check if the left is equal to right, then you need to use the double equal to. And if you want to check if a is not equal to b, or if a variable is not equal to another variable, then you use your not equal to. This not equal to, that exclamation with one equal to. So this will check if it's not equal to. It's a Boolean expression. It will result to true or false, and if it's true, the next code will run, right? So that's that. And let's talk about this logical operators, right? Now click this Python console here. And let's come here now. If I say a is equal to 10, a is equal to 10, right? If I say a is greater than 5, that will be true, right? If I say a is less than 16, right, that will be true, right? But if I say a is greater than 4 and a is less than 15, right, the left statement is true, the right statement is true. All right, if both sides are true when you are using and, then it will result to true. True and true result to true. False and true result to false. False and false result to false. True and false result to false. It's only true and true that result to true. So anytime you are using the and operator, then both sides has to be true for it to be true. All right, if you run this, you see that that's true. But if I say a is greater than 15 and a is less than 4, a is not greater than 15, so this statement is definitely false. But a is definitely less than. A is also not, let's say a is greater than 4, so that this will be true, right? So this is true, but this one is false, right? If you run this, you will see that you will get false. Both sides has to be true for it to be true, for the AND operator to give us true. All right, so that's that. And let's check the OR operator. If I say a is greater than 3, or a is greater than 13, now if you are using OR operator, one side just has to be true for the expression to be true. If one side is true, then it will result to true. If both sides are true, then it will result to true. If both sides are false, of course it will result to false. But once one of the side is true, then the whole expression will result to true. So this is true, this is false, so the expression will be true. All right, so just note that. But if I have the expression, if I have both sides to be false, then it will be false, right? If I have both sides to be true, then it will be true, right? Let's go to not straight. Not a is greater than 8. Now not just negate the particular Boolean expression. A is definitely greater than 8. This is true. If you negate it, then it will turn to false. If you run it, then it will be false. You can see that false. So just understand those logic, right? And you'll be fine, right? So let's move on from there. Let's take an example of this if else statement. If else statement. Now the way this if else statement works is you have if, you give a condition, then you give a colon. You give a colon, and once you give a colon, then you need an indentation. See, you need an indentation. That has to be 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that 4 spaces. All right. So indentation is very, very important in Python. It determines how your code, or your program works. So that's that. If you give a condition and you give the condition to run, or code to run. This thing is just giving me suggestion, and this suggestion code is code to run, right? So if this condition is true, then code to run. But if it's false, then it will run this code, right? If it's false, then a code to run, right? So just note that in if else statement like this, one has to be run. If 1 is true, then it will not check this. Once this is true, it will not run this one. It will just get out of this conditional statement. But if it's multiple if conditions, then it will check each of the conditions and run each of the conditions if each of the code if they are true. But in this one like this, it will check if this is true, then it will not check this. But if this is false, then it will then run this one. All right, let's look at an example. And let's use let's use an example of the odd and even number. If I say num equals to and I say integer of enter a number, and I say if num modulo 2 is equal to 0. This modulo now. Modulo will divide and will give us the remainder. So it will divide whatever number you give here, and it will give you a whole. It will divide, and whatever is remaining, that's what it will return. All right. So if number modulo 2 is equal to 0, then it's an even number. But if it's not equal to 0, then it's an odd number, right? If you run this, you will see that one of these will run. So enter a number. Let's say 90 is an even number. If you run it again, you can see once it check. Sorry, let me move this one down. Let me move this thing down so that let me move this down a little bit, and let me show this code more. All right, so once it check and this one is true, then it will not check this. But if this is false, it will run this one. So let's do that and enter a number. Then if I say 55, then you see odd. All right, so this one was false, then that's why it print odd. All right, so that's just an example. Don't forget the indentation, how they works. And if you are doing indentation, you will see that everything here will run if that condition, if the first condition is true. If I say we are learning Python, and I say full stop, you will see that every time this is true, it will run every code that is in this block straight. If I type any other thing in that particular straight line, it will continue to it will run everything once, in that block of code. That's how indentation works. If I enter a number, if it's even, then you will see that everything in that line will run. All right, and if we run it again and it's false, you will see that the odd runs. All right, so that's just an example. I hope you understand indentation now, and you understand this if else there. All right, so let's move on now. Let me give you an example now of when you have multiple if statement. Now let's say multiple if statement, how it works. If I say A is equal to 5 and I say B is equal to 10, I say if A is less than B and B is less than 20, then you put colon, then I say print A is small and B is not too large, right? Okay. And if I say if again, if not A is equal to B, then print A and B differs, right? Let's leave it like that. A and B differs, right? Now in this block of code, you see that this block of code would behave differently from the above example that we had. Only one will run out of these conditions. Only one will run. But in this condition, multiple if statement like this, both conditions will definitely be checked. If I run it like this, you see that both will run. A is definitely less than B and B is definitely less than 20. This is true. That's why it printed this. And A is definitely not equal to B. So this is false. Negate it, turn it to true, and that's why it printed these two. So, but if one is definitely false, it will not print it. It's printing it because it's true. But I just want you to know that if you have multiple if statements, then it will check both conditions. But if you have if else like this, then it will only check one of it. If this one is true, it will run the condition and it will not check this one. But if this is false, then that's when it will check this one and it will run that one like that. So let's just understand that basically. Let's move to the next one, and let's look at if, elif, and else one. And the way this one behaves is, you have if, you give a condition, and if the condition is true, then you give a code to run. Then you use elif. Let's say you have multiple conditions. Elif, you give another condition. That means the above condition is false, then it will check this one. Then you give a code to run. Then you have another condition. Maybe you have like five conditions or so like that. You'll be using elif like that. You give condition, and you will give a code to run, right? Once you get to your last one, you can just use your else and you will give code to run. So if all the above conditions are false, that's when it will come to this. If you check this one and this one is true, then it will get out of all these conditional statement like that. If you check this one and this one is false, and you check it and this is true, then it will get out of it. It will get out of it like that. It will not check the rest. If this one is false, this is false, it will check this. If this is true, then it will run this code and it will get out of that conditional statement. If this is false, this is false, this is also false, then it will come to this and run this code. This is just going to run any other thing apart from the ones that we have stated above. So let's look at this example program that I have for us here. And in this example, I say write a program to order pizza. A small pizza is $15, medium pizza is $20, large pizza is $25, right? I say pepperoni is extra $2. If you want pepperoni, then you pay $2 if it's small pizza, but you pay $3 if it's medium or large pizza. Extra cheese will cost you $1. All right, so that's that. All right, let's write this program, right? Let's go ahead and write it. So the first thing you probably want to say in this program is you are welcome to order your pizza, right? You're welcome to order your pizza. And since bill is involved, I will just say bill is equal to 0. Then I will go ahead and say let's now check for the size of pizza they want, right? So I will say size is equal to input, right? What size of pizza do you want? Then I will say type S for small, M for medium, and L for large, right? Just like that. So we can put it like that. And so I would like to put dot lower here, so that if you put a big case, then it will change it to a lower case. All right, so the next one is to check if size is small. If size is small, then your bill will be plus equals 15. You understand this already. We explained what this means in my last video, right? You can check it in the link below. If the size is medium, then the bill will be plus equals 20, right? And if your size is large, these are supposed to be elif. These are supposed to be elif, right? Elif, you can use elif. You can use elif. So elif your size. So elif your size is large, then your bill will be 25. I would like to use the elif like that. Then I can even go ahead and say else print wrong input, in case they put something else entirely, in case they put something entirely. All right, now we have addressed the first part of this. Now let's go and do our pepperoni. So want pepperoni. Then I will say input. We need to ask them if they want pepperoni. Do you want pepperoni, yes or no, with a lower like this, so that whatever the answer is, it will work. All right, want pepperoni. Now if want pepperoni is yes, then your bill will be plus equals 2. Before that, don't forget, now there's one thing there. If you want pepperoni on a small pizza, is $2. If you want pepperoni on medium and large pizza, it will be $3. All right, so that means we have to check if it's a small size pizza. So if size is small, then bill will be plus equals 2, right? Else, right? Else will be if it's medium or if it's large. Else, then bill will be plus equals 3. You can see that. So this is a nested if condition. You see, this is a nested one. We've checked the pepperoni, then we check the size. So that's a good example of a nested conditional statement. So now we have checked that one. The next one is want extra cheese. There is a condition there. There's a condition there that says that extra cheese will cost them $1 on all size pizza, right? So let's go and do that. Let's go and do that. Now I will say want extra cheese. Then I'll say equal to input. Do you want extra cheese? Yes or no, dot lower like that. If you want extra cheese, then your bill will be plus equals 1, right? Plus equals 1. That's it. So once we do that, then we'll need to print the final bill out for them. Print your bill is print. Then let's use the f string. Then I'll say your bill is bill, like that. All right. So that is just okay, like that. So your bill is this, like this. So I just need to be sure that there's no indentation there. All right. So that's that. Let's check it from above there. So you want a program. We have a program to order pizza. So we say you're welcome to order your pizza. Bill is this. Size, we ask them for the size of the pizza they want. If size is small, then bill is 15. If size is medium, elif size is medium, then bill is 20. Elif size is large, then bill is 25. If they input something else apart from S, M, and L, then you have a wrong input. Then you have to run the program again. Just for the sake of this example. Then we go ahead and check their pepperoni. They want pepperoni, yes or no. If it's yes, then we have to check if the size is small. If the size is small, bill is plus. It will add $2 to their bill. Else, bill, it will add $3 to their bill, right? This plus equal to means bill equals to bill plus 2. That's what it means, right? We've discussed in our last video, so I don't need to go on that again. So want extra cheese, we also check that one. And if you want extra cheese, then it will add $1 to that. We don't need to do else, just leave else alone, since we don't have any input for that. Just leave it alone. So no, we just not give any outcome. It will just go to the next one straight. So let's run this program and see. You're welcome to order your pizza. What size pizza do you want? Small, medium, or large? So if I say medium, do you want pepperoni? Then let's say you say yes. Do you want extra cheese? I say yes. Then say your bill is $23. You can see. If you run it again, and I say what size pizza do you want, and I say small, and do you want pepperoni? I say no. Do you want cheese? I say no. See, your bill is $15. We know bill is the price of small now, right? So this program is working well. So that's just that. Let's leave it like that. Let's leave it like that, right? So let's move to our next exercise for the day. So you have another exercise here, which is going to drill you a little bit. Just want us to do it together. It will help. Write a program to admit people for a roller coaster game, right? Your height need to be at least 120 centimeters to play the roller coaster game, right? You pay $5 if you are below 12 years old, $7 if you are between 12 and 18, $12 if you are above 18, right? Free for between 45 and 55. I specifically put this so that we can use the logical operator, and you will also pay an extra $3 if you want your photo taken and given to you. All right, so let's run this now. The first thing you want to do is welcome people to your roller coaster game. You are welcome to the amazing roller coaster game, and you say, and then the next thing is to there's a bill involved, so you can just say bill is equal to 0 for here. Bill is equal to 0. Then we can go ahead and check their height. So we need to check their height. So we can use integer there, so that I can convert whatever number they put in into integer. Input always give us a string. So enter your height in centimeter. Now if height is greater than or equal to 120, then If height is greater than or equal to 120, then we need to check their age, right? The next thing is to check their age, because someone that is below 12 will pay $5, right? Then we have to say age. This is a nested something. Age is equal to then integer again. Then I will check, enter your age in years, and then I will ask them if age is less than 12. If age is less than 12, then bill plus equals $5, right? That's what we charge them for that age, and the next one is if they are between 12 and 18. So elif, don't forget elif age is less than or equal to 18. You can see the way I designed this logic, right? I first say it will first check it from above like that, to first check if the age is less than 12, and if it's there, it will run it. But if it's not there, then it will check if the age is to check the next condition. Now this will check between 12 and 18, right? And we say your bill is plus equals 7, right? And we go to the next one. What's the next one? elif age. The next one, let's check above the next condition. Next condition is if age is above 18, pay $12. And we also have free for between 45 and 55. Let me address that one first before I will address this above 18, right? So let's go and address that one. elif age is between 45 and 55. So we can say 45 is less than or equal to age, less than or equal to 55. We can write it like this, so it will be within that range. Age is less than or equal to age less than or equal to 55, but I don't want to write it like this, so I will just write elif 45 is less than, I think what I wrote earlier was wrong. If 45 is less than or equal to age less than or equal to 55, yes, so this is correct. So we can write it like this, but I don't want to write it like this. So what I want to write is if age is greater than or equal to 45, and age is less than or equal to 55. I just want us to see how this logical operator works, right? So that's that. So it will check with it. So both conditions has to be true. Age has to be greater than 45 and age has to be less than or equal to 55, right? Both condition has to be true. If both condition is true, then we are giving them a free ride. Then I say you have a free ride on us, right? We can just put it like that. All right, now we get our last condition, so we can just put it else bill is plus equals 12, right? So anyone that is above 18, anyone that is above 18 will definitely be paying $12 if they don't fall within the range of 45 and 55, right? So that's it. Let's check it very well. So if they are above 18, all right, so we are correct. Now we want to check this one. You also pay an extra $3 if you want your photo taken and given to you, right? So let's go and write a condition for that. So let's get out of this. You want photo, you want a photo, then input, do you want your photo, yes or no? Then I will also want to put dot lower here, so whatever you put. So if one photo is yes, then bill will be plus equals 3, right? Bill will be plus equals 3. So let's just leave it like that. You don't need to do the else part of it, or you can do it and say bill is plus equals 0, something like that, So but I will just leave it like this, and let's print their final bill to them. let's print their final bill. Final bill, I will say print your bill is let's use f string, right? Let's use f string. Your bill is bill, like that. All right, your bill is bill. Okay, so let's just leave it like that. Your bill is bill, like that. So if you want to check it from above, again, you can check it. This is a program we are trying to run for. So you're welcome to the amazing roller coaster game. Your bill is 0. Height, we check their height. So if their height is above 120 centimeter, then we start checking their age. But we have not finished. If you look at it, we have not finished. So what if their height is not 120? So we need to put that condition there. If their height is so, else then print you are not tall enough for the game. Thank you. All right, so thank you. Okay, so now this is going to work with the height. You can see the way this is written. You check it. If you check the lane they are together, they are in the same indentation level. And check this age and everything, they are in the same indentation level. So that's how it works. You have to properly check your indentation and make sure that they are correct. I think this should be outside. This should be outside of the photo. So I will just put it here. I'll put it here, right? I'll put it here. So this is not supposed to be here. This is supposed to be here, and this too is supposed to be here. All right, so it's supposed to be under this. You can see indentation at work, like that. So this is not supposed to be here. Okay. So from here now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the red will be gone, right? That's indentation for you. Okay. So that's that. Let's run this code now and let us see. All right. You're welcome to the amazing roller coaster game. Enter your height in centimeters. If I say my height is 120, or if I say my height is let's say my height is 150. Then say enter your age. If I say my age is 50, then it say, oh, you have a free ride on us. You want your photo taken? If I say yes, then your bill is just $3, right? So if we run it again, say you are welcome to the amazing roller coaster game. Enter your height. If I say height is 115, straight to tell me you are not tall enough for the game. Thank you. Your bill is 0. All right. For this bill, you can add $sign here. You can add $sign just for you to show $sign. Let's run it again. Enter your height in centimeters. If I say height is 180 centimeters, and you said what's your age? If I say age is 25, do you want your photo taken? Yes, I want my photo taken, and I want it. Your bill is $15 because I'm in the range of $12, right? I'm in the range of $12, and my bill will be plus $3. That will give us $15, right? So that's that for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.